Hey, what's going on out there, dudes? Welcome back to the channel, and this time I wanted to try a new idea, and this is something that I'm gonna call like a community showcase type of a deal. And my idea was to showcase some of the very talented creators out there in the community, tuners and designers that make these cool things that I often use myself, and maybe or maybe not get the recognition that they deserve for their hard work. So basically, my idea was I would just run through the weekly Forza challenges, and each time I choose a car for any given challenge, I would pick a design and a tune from somebody on the list and just share it with you all and then show it in action. So that's how this video came to be, and that's what we're going to go with. I figured we'll start off here with the one that is probably the most contention amongst the player base, the trial, and that's what we're going to lead off with. So this week's trial is artistic expression. The reward is a Ford GT 05. Car restriction is anything goes C-Class. For this one, I chose the BMW 2002 Turbo 1973. The design was by a creator, Speedy G321, and the tune is by Moostuff124, and I'll have both of those share codes up for you here. And you'll see that with this tune, I was able to handily win the trial, no problem, both pulling teammates up from the bottom and just taking first place when they could handle themselves. So solid recommend. It'll get you through the trial, no problem. So let's get to the race and see how it went. Alright, car did really well. We tried to hold him back a little bit and see if we could get some of our teammates in the rear up and get them a couple of points, just cause, even though with us taking number 1, 2, and 3, that's enough for a win in of itself. So now on to the second race. In this one, everyone gets a better start. They all hold their own very well. So I'm free to just go ahead and race for first. So we'll show you this one next, and then we'll move on to the next challenge. Alright, that was an easy trial win. So this tune definitely holds up. If you need one for the trial, feel free to hit this guy up. Once again, if you missed it at the beginning, I'll have the share code down in the description. Now we're going to move on to the Forzathon weekly challenge. For this one, you have to use the Mazda MX-5 Miata 1994. The tune is by, and I don't know if I'm saying this right, but I say saeenu. You probably might know this name. Definitely a trusted tuner, one of the best tuners and racers in the game. If you ever see one by this person, they They make great tunes for everything. It will definitely get you through. The share code for that will be on the screen, and the design is by Killa Spike. I do not know this person, but they made this neat South Park design. I'll have the share code for you, and I just thought it was kind of fun, so I threw it up here for you. Design, if you like it, you'll see that I win handily with this. You have to win 3 races for the Forzathon challenge, of which I'm only going to show you 2 just for time purposes to match the trial. So here you go. I'll show you the first one, which is Copper Canyon Sprint. I had a community member with me that raced with me for this, and we'll show you the race now, and you can see how this tune and car holds up to it. Alright, clearly a couple of unbeatable drivatars are no match for one of saeeno's tunes. So, if ever you're in a pinch, you see that name, feel free to download it once again. I'll have the share code in the description. And if you like the design, check that guy out too. On to the next race. Alright, so you see I was a little lazy on my brakes that time, blew a couple corners. It definitely cost me the first place. Otherwise the car performed well, and thankfully I had a teammate to help me make up for my errors. So that was the 3 races for the Forzathon challenge, of which I only showed you 2, just to keep this a little bit shorter. And now to change gears, since the remaining weeklies didn't involve any actual racing, and or you have to race against highly skilled, which is so easy that you might as well just call it a wash. Instead of showing you me actually doing a danger zone or a speed trap or a trailblazer or something like that, which was just me holding gas and driving towards a flag, I'm just going to simply showcase the cars that I used and tell you what I used them for. So first up, for the drift zone, which I, if you're familiar with me, am a non-drifter. So basically that's just me hitting the gas pedal and wiggling through the zone till I get the points. This week's drift zone was the East Coast drift zone. The reward was a super wheel spin. The car restriction was Modern Muscle A800. For this, I chose the Dodge Challenger, mostly so that I could showcase this particular design. This design was made by Podka9696. This person actually shared this design on the subreddit a week or so back, and I liked it, and it's kind of partially the inspiration for this entire video. So I wanted to definitely take a moment to showcase this person's design for the Dodge Demon SRT. As for the tune, it's not necessarily a tune made for this, but it was by Coach LBN. It's just the tune I happen to have on this thing. It was an A-class road race tune, so that's what happened to be on it. Okay, next up was the Retro Hot Hatch B700 that I used for both of the event labs, both the James Miata Presents and the Trapper Z87 Presents. The tune that happens to be on this is one by somebody named B Drifty, whom I believe I've seen on YouTube. I had this tune, I probably used it for a previous trial or event or something. I don't remember what I have it for, but I remember it working out for me. The design was one I chose at random. It is this neat Joker design. It is by somebody named Badass BX. I thought it looked pretty cool. Joker's obviously popular, but once again, just the amount of effort that I assume goes into these, even though admittedly I don't know how to design at all. Personally, I stick to classic colors for their cars, and I've only even seen the inside of that menu one time. Okay, last but certainly not least, for the weekly championship, you had to choose a D-Class 500 cult car. I chose the Gremlin, and then when I looked into the designs, I saw this one. You might call it low-hanging fruit, you might call it fitting, but I got a kick out of it, so I went with this Gremlin's design. Pretty nice job there. The tune was by Team Fung, and the design was by Knight. So if either of those appeal to you, then there you have it. Alright, everybody out there, thank you so much if you made it this far into the video. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you stopping in, and I appreciate you taking a look at all these really cool, talented people out there who make really cool things for me to use. You know, a lot of these guys and gals make these tunes, and in a pinch I download them, and it's just a big help to everybody out there who's not a tuning whiz. So I just thought I'd showcase that a little bit. Maybe you saw a design you liked, maybe you'll find a tune that'll help you get through something, maybe you just like to watch the racing. Either way, thanks for hanging out with me. If you know somebody who's got a design or a tune or something like that you feel like needs a little bit more attention, feel free to let me know about it in the comments or whatever. I'm happy to showcase anybody I can and give whatever exposure I can, because I think it's really cool the effort and time that these people put into the things that they do. So we will catch you next time.
How about that? Cool. Cool. I didn't have that car? I thought I did. One more super wheel spin. All right.